Hello, this is me, Abdul Sabur, your English language instructor. And in our today's session, we are going to cover one of the very important grammatical point, which is modal verb, right? So what are modal verbs? In American English grammar, we have round about 9 modal verbs. So before going to teach you what these modal verbs are and what are the modal verbs, let me tell you about the definition of modal verbs. Since most of the students, they know about the modal verbs, but they don't know the proper usages of those modal verbs. So first of all, let's go with the definition of the modal verbs. Modal verbs are used to show the mood of a speaker. Modal verbs are used to show the feelings of a speaker. Or on the other hand, we can also define modal verb as modal verbs are used to show ability, permission, suggestion, and request. The definition of the modal verbs are based on the meaning and the functions of the modal verbs. Well, in today's session, we are going to cover can, could, and should. So, number first is can. Can. What is can used for? Can is used for ability. Ability in the present. For example, think about your abilities. What ability do you have? For example, if you can write, so you say, I can write. Now, writing is an ability. Or, for example, if you have the ability of speaking in English, right, you say, I can speak in English. I can speak in English. Right. The other function of can is that can is used for informal requests and permissions. For example, if I need a glass of water, I ask my little sister or I ask one of my friend or my brother that, can you bring me a glass of water? It is a request, but it is less formal request. Or for example, I need a pen and I ask my friend, can you give me your pen? It is a request, but it is less formal request. It's not very polite or it's not very formal. For permissions, students normally say, can I come in? Which is right, but it is very less formal permission, right? Instead of can, they can use the modal verb may, and that's what we are going to cover in upcoming videos. May is used for very polite requests. May I come in? Right, moving ahead towards the next modal verb, which is could. Could can be used as a second form of can. For example, can is used for ability in the present, but could can be used as an ability in the past. How? For example, the same example, I can write, I could write. I can sing, I could sing. Could can also be used for politeness and for courtesy. For example, if you want to make a request, you can make a request with could. Could actually makes it more polite and more formal. For example, the same example which I give with can, I would like to give it with could. Can you bring me a glass of water? This is also a request. Could you bring me a glass of water? This is also a request. What is the difference between these two requests is that could is more polite and could is more formal. Well, moving on towards the last modal verb which we are going to study in this very session, in this very video, and that is should. Should is a modal verb which is commonly used by students and by many people. Why? Because should is used for advice. Should is used for suggestions, right? And we people are so good at giving suggestions. We cannot help ourselves, but I have found this very funny that mostly we are very expert and we have great capabilities of giving people advice or giving people suggestions, right? For example, if someone is in problem and you want to convey some good idea for them, you want to give them suggestions, so you can use this modal verb which is should, right? But that is just an idea and it does not show that idea is very important. Where on the other hand, we have must. we have to, which we are going to cover in our upcoming video. So let's come towards should. Should is used for suggestions. For example, if you see your friend who has a very bad hairstyle, right, and who has a messy hairstyle, it seems like there is a bomb blast or his head, right, and his hair are messy, right, you can give them a suggestion that you should get a haircut, or you should have a haircut. Or you see, on other hand, your friends are planning to go for a restaurant, they're going to plan for a dinner or for a lunch, and you give them your suggestion that you, for example, your favorite restaurant is McDonald's, right? So you suggest your friend, right? You can also say that I would like to suggest you people McDonald's to go and have your dinner, but instead you can use the word, you can remove the word suggestion, and you can just use the word have, the modal verb, sorry, you can just use the modal verb should, which is you should go to McDonald's, right? Or on the other hand, you see your friend who is not feeling well, who's feeling under the weather, right? Who's feeling sick. You tell them that you should take rest. You should take rest. So that's just an idea that you want to give or you want to convey with the modal verb, which is should, and that is used for suggestion. All right, that's it for today's session. In this session, we covered can, should, and could. You must practice it, and in upcoming videos, I'm going to cover other modal verbs. Stay happy, stay blessed.